Hi everyone, James here, and on today's episode of Music Biz 101, we're going to be talking about Fortnite. Now it's hard to imagine that anyone watching this video now doesn't know what Fortnite is, but just in case you don't, allow me to recap. Released in 2017, Fortnite is a video game that has taken the world by storm, and that really happened in 2018 after the game released its Battle Royale mode. Now to put it simply, Battle Royale is kind of a free-for-all where players descend onto an island and battle one another until one player remains. The game is available on all platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, Android, iPhone, and it's free to play, meaning that anyone can download it and begin playing Battle Royale right away. And perhaps the best thing is, there's no cost associated with leveling up. In order to get better at the game, players have to compete with one another, and they have to complete tasks that happen within the game and are updated every single week. Now, Fortnite works in seasons. Every 10 weeks, the theme of the Battle Royale mode changes, and sometimes those themes include events such as an asteroid falling out of the sky or a volcano emerging out of the earth, and these things have big impacts on the game itself. Though there's only one map for players to use, these events allow the map to change and evolve over time. And that has led Fortnite to being one of the biggest games ever created. During its first week of release with the Battle Royale mode, the game gained 10 million players. But in January 2019, the game reached its peak when it had 10.8 million people playing simultaneously. And that happened during an EDM concert with the artist Marshmello. It was the first ever concert of its kind in a video game, and 10.8 million people simultaneously logged on to participate. Now, Fortnite continues to be one of the biggest brands in the world, and today we are going to discuss what musicians at every level of the industry can learn from the company's success. Number one, free is key. Fortnite rose to popularity in large part because it is absolutely free to play. Whether or not you're using an Xbox, PC, PlayStation, Android, iPhone, you can play Battle Royale right now just as soon as you download the game. And if you have money, it doesn't even help you get ahead. You have to work at it. You have to earn the skills yourself. And that has created this community around the game where everyone is equal in a way. Even though people are going to talk trash as gamers do, everyone starts in the same place. In music, we always have this thing inside of us that wants people to pay us for our music. We want $5 for an EP or $10 for a CD, but the fact of the matter is, people just want access to the things that you're doing. That means putting your music on Spotify or Apple Music, Soundcloud, YouTube, anywhere that you can put music, it should be, and you shouldn't worry about how much money you're making from it, at least not initially, as much as you are people talking about your music. Because the conversation that happens around your music, people discussing it, people writing about it, that's what's ultimately going to propel your career forward. You can have the best song ever written, but if people can't easily find it and access it, it's just going to get forgotten. Number two, content is king. There is nothing about Fortnite that I love more than the fact that it is constantly changing. There is something new every single week, and the brand itself does a great job of promoting those changes through all of its social media handles. In the world of music, artists can mirror this behavior by looking at their career as a series of events that need to be promoted, supported, and then remembered. Let's take a single song release. Some artists will just tell you that they have a new song coming out this Friday, and then on Friday they'll share a link to that song, and if there's a video, they'll share a link to the video, and then not long after that, they'll remind you that it's out there, and then they'll move on to the next thing. You should not do that. Instead, you should put out a teaser for your song. You should put out lyrics from your song. You should have Instagram stories that show the behind the scenes to the song. You should be talking to your fans about where the song comes from. Then the song gets released. If there's a video, post stills from the video, post clips from the video, release the video. After the video is out, post clips from the video to your social media channels. Maybe even create a Facebook ad using a clip from the video and link people to it. If someone's writing about the song, promote that song on your channel. Send them a thank you note. Make every single thing in your career an event unto itself and treat it as something that needs to be special because it is, and your fans will only know that, and they'll only want to tell other people about it if you make it clear that it's special to you. It's not just another song release, it's your song release. It's your latest song release. It could be the greatest song they've ever heard, but they're not going to really go into it thinking that unless you nudge them along the way. And constantly giving them something new is a great way to do that. Number three, engage and support your community. One of the things that makes Fortnite very fun is that even though there are millions and millions of players, people do have the ability to make themselves stand out as individuals. Now in the game of Fortnite, this happens through skins. People pay money to be able to look a certain way within the game. And every week the company offers something different that you can do. Maybe you have a tomato for a head, maybe you're an astronaut, maybe you're some otherworldly being that we've never seen before. And people love to do this because it makes them stand out. It not only says, hey, I'm an individual, but it also reinforces their support for the game itself. In music, this can happen a lot simpler, and that's just through engaging your community and working with the people already listening to your music to make them feel as empowered and as important as they already make you feel. If you're looking at Twitter, you can always search for your song titles or your band name. Maybe people aren't tagging you because they don't know to tag you, but they're talking about your music. Retweet that person, follow that person, engage with that person. Celebrate the fact that they're talking about your music. Make them feel special because they made you feel special, and that will encourage them to not only continue to support your music, but to tell other people about it. They'll wear your recognition as a badge of honor in their own way, and that'll make them go out and do something to help get the word out about your music. In terms of merchandise, you can look at a band like Grayscale. Every few months, Grayscale releases a collection of merch all at once. It's not just another shirt for tour or a sweatshirt that people have been asking for. It's an entire thematic collection. And that collection, they spend weeks promoting online. They take very high quality photos of the merch before it's released, teasing each and every piece of merchandise. And then when it comes out, they promote it heavily until everything sells out. Often the things that the band promote through this collection don't even appear on tour because they've already sold it. It's not meant to sell tickets to the tour. It's meant to engage the community and give their community something special so that they feel as special as the community has made them feel. And that's what it's all about. People want to feel special, so make them. Number 4, release more material more often. Now in the game of Fortnite, the seasons represent themes within the game itself. And within those themes are weekly achievements that keep people coming back. Every morning when you wake up, unless you've achieved everything there is to achieve in a given week, you have a reason to log on and play Fortnite. There's something new to see, there's something new to experience, there's a new way to challenge yourself. Artists can do this through the way they release their music. Let's say that you have 10 great songs that you want to put on an album. Traditional thinking tells us that we should put out that music all at once after 1 or 2 singles. I want to suggest an alternative. Why not put out one new song every 6 to 8 weeks and use those 6 to 8 weeks to maximize the return on investment you get for that track? That includes teasers, videos, photos, behind the scenes stories, interviews with the press, any amount of traction you can get, anything that you can create for that song before you get to the next one. Not only will you be giving your fans something new to look forward to every 6 to 8 weeks, but you'll be giving the media and people in the industry a reason to keep paying attention to your name. Because if you put out one great 10-track release and then go on tour, the majority of the industry and the majority of your more passive fans are going to indulge in that album, they're going to take it in, and then they're immediately going to move on to the next thing, and you're going to have to win them over all over again when you get to the next album. Instead, releasing songs every 6 to 8 weeks incentivizes people to stay tuned to what you're doing. It tells them, keep coming back here because we're going to have something more for you sooner than you think, and it's going to be just as good, if not better, than what we've already put out. Additionally, putting out one song every 6 to 8 weeks gives you a great opportunity to look into the data of your music. If one song does better than the other, you can look at not only how you promoted it and what changed, but how people felt about the songs itself. Maybe your band isn't meant to do ballads, or maybe you're a metal band that needs to work on your breakdowns. These are the things that you can learn by looking at individual tracks as opposed to putting out one album all at once and then hearing people love it or they hate it. That's great, but it doesn't really give you a lot of insight into why people love it or why they don't like it. Putting things out individually solves that problem. So put out more things more often and make the most of them. Now that's all the time that I have today, but before I go, I do want to encourage you to subscribe down below. There's a box somewhere that says subscribe, and I would love for you to be a part of this journey because we're putting out new videos every single week, and we have a few new series in the works that I think you're going to love. If you want even more information about working in the music industry, you can visit holicsdaily.com. That address is probably right here at the bottom of the screen. It's holicsdaily.com. Head there and you will find tutorials on every aspect of the music business, from management to song promotion to getting your first job. Heck, we even post job listings. So head over there and check it out, but only after you click the subscribe button. Now again, that's all the time that I have, but I'll be back next week with a brand new video. And until then, take care of yourself. You deserve it.